Is blog writing dead? Why do I need to be blog writing? I don't know how to write a blog. Can anyone really write a blog? These are all very valid and reasonable questions. So what is the process for writing a blog? Even if you're not a good writer or you're not even good with English, it's definitely not rocket science. And once you know the formula, you'll be writing like a pro, or at least close to it anyway. So welcome to the Property Management Podcast. It's Christmas at the time of this recording, and I don't know about you, but I cannot believe we are here already. And in the spirit of giving this festive season, we have decided to give away 30 days of content done for you to our community. So we are going to do your social media creation, planning, posting, all done for you for 30 days. And all you need to do is like the Christmas giveaway post on our Instagram at @thatpropertymum_, tag a friend in the comments, and follow us if you aren't already. And one of the big things this year coming out the back of COVID has been connecting with new people. And I'm absolutely loving everyone that I have met and connected with so far this year. So if you'd love to connect and be a guest on the Property Management Podcast in 2023, please message me or email me, Kylie at thatpropertymum.com.au. Now, let's talk about blog posts. Blog posts remain one of the most popular and effective forms of content. That's why many companies include blogging as one of their main digital marketing efforts to spread brand awareness and generate leads. Now, creating blog posts is an excellent way to share your passion, showcase expertise, and improve your writing skills, if that's something you're looking to do. However, writing a blog post can feel like a challenge, especially for beginners with no clue how to start their first draft. Thus, it's essential to be strategic before crafting a post, from choosing a topic to editing the draft before publishing it. Doing this will help save you time and create great quality content. Now, I started That Property Mum as a blog to help property managers and business owners with the exact struggles I was facing back in 2019. I was struggling, I was fed up, I was burnt out, and I was looking for answers to some of my problems, but I just couldn't find them anywhere. So I started to unlock and transform some of my biggest struggles myself, like the revolving door of property managers, the lack of growth, workflows and systems that created less work and more freedom to work on things like customer service. And I knew I had to share these solutions. And my blogs aren't fancy and my structure is super simple. I basically find a problem, I relate it to a personal struggle, I share the solution or transformation that worked for me, and I try to connect further with the reader of the blog. Now, there are many articles and blogs, surprisingly enough, on writing blogs. So I've put together some of the best bits of advice and information to help give you some tools to start writing your own blogs. So I've put together 8 steps on how to write successful blogs. If you are anything like me, you think you know your rent roll numbers. Well, I thought I did until I had a rent roll health check, and I was quite literally shocked. The money I was leaving on the table was astounding, and this is not something that I'm proud to admit. There were missed management fees, let fees, advertising, and lease renewal fees not being charged, and properties even without bonds. And all of this was happening despite monthly audits being conducted in my business. So how did I uncover all these gaps in my valuable income? Well, I had a rent roll due diligence from my good friend Tazi, aka the Rent Roll Queen and founder of the Tazi Way, a specialist in rent roll due diligence, business valuation and management rights. The Tazi Way is the innovative force driving the real estate industry. With 25 years of business and real estate acumen, they find gaps and risks in your agency to find undiscovered value. If you'd like to book your business in for a rent roll due diligence, head to the link in the show notes and mention That Property Mum for a 10% discount. So the first step is to choose a topic to write about. Before you start a blog, finding a topic to cover is essential. And one excellent method to identify relevant blog topics is to do some keyword research. This is a process to find, search queries or keywords that your target audience enters into the search engine. So words that people are essentially typing into Google. So doing this helps discover topics that people care about, and you can also check their popularity. Before doing keyword research, though, try listing up to 10 terms that are related to your blog niche, i.e. property management. Consider using a tool like Google Docs or OneDrive just to add your list to, so that you can update it and add to it and refer to it at any time. Now, some examples of keywords or phrases for property management might be: how do I change property managers? What does a property manager do? How do I find a property manager? What does a property management company do? So go ahead when you get a chance, pause this episode and go and put some search phrases into Google and see what comes up for you. Additionally, there are other topic searching tips to try as well. So you could research related terms. So you can enter a specific keyword into the Google search box and find related search terms. These are usually found at the bottom of the first result page. You can also join Facebook groups and discover what topics people are talking about, what are popular, what creates the most reactions. You can also see how many likes it's getting from members as well. You can scan blog comments. You can spend some time looking at the comment section on competitors' blogs or other popular sites in property management. For example, you could look at realestate.com or Domain's blog posts and see what comments are being shared there. You can also find proven topics on Pinterest. This social network is a great place to find popular topics. Simply type in a keyword in the search bar, and this platform will display a list of other suggestions. You can also try looking for new topics. New topics are usually less competitive than topics that have been around for years. So try to come up with something unique. And to this day, one of my most popular blog articles is how to get rid of squatters. There isn't much else around on the topic, and surprisingly, if you search that, my article is still at the top of the search engine or at the top of Google. The second thing you want to do is research blog post ideas. So after you've collected some topics, pick one to get started with, and then find a good blog idea or format that matches the subject. Choosing a suitable format can help increase the site's chance of ranking on Google search engine results pages, making it easier for potential readers to discover your content. Now, there are many types of blog posts to choose from, and each provides a basic outline. So you could do a list post. This is also called a listicle, and it's an article written in a list format. This type of content is easily recognized, and it commonly contains a number in its headline, i.e. 8 ways to write a blog or 8 ways to create more income in your rental property. Now, there's also a thought leadership post, and the idea behind thought leadership posts is usually to educate the audience about the latest news or trends in the industry. Interview post. This content type is excellent for introducing the perspective of an authority figure on a particular subject. So you might want to introduce somebody, a mortgage broker, on interest rates rises, or a banker on what is happening with lending in the industry. A review post, you can review blog posts, typically talk about the pros and cons of a product or service. And you could use that for a software, talking about the pros and cons of a particular software that you have tried in your business. Number 3, you want to aim for an engaging title. Now that you've got a blog topic and a format, it's time to write a good blog post headline. A title is the first element that people notice. That's why it's crucial to come up with a catchy title to convince visitors to click and read your blog post. Now, before you start to write a blog post, try creating a working title. This might be just a temporary title that describes a topic and works as a starting focus point for writing. A working title doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be specific enough to guide the blog post along. When you finish writing the blog content, then it's time to focus on making a perfect post title. And a little pro tip for you is that a good headline is anything that's educational and evokes curiosity, like how to and step by step. Those are some of the headlines that do really well. The next thing you want to do is create an outline. Creating an outline is the next important process before you start writing a blog post. And basically, an outline is the structure of a blog post. It's designed to help the writer create quality content faster and more efficiently. Now, by preparing a content outline, bloggers can keep their blog posts focused and on point by planning out and arranging their ideas. To start outlining, use a writing tool such as Google Docs, as it comes with the document outlining feature that helps organize the text. When creating an outline, make sure to include the blog post's main topic and working title. It's also essential to add the article's headings and subheadings to the outline as well. Now, a heading is a short phrase that represents what a specific section of the article is about. Meanwhile, a subheading is text placed under the heading to expand on what the heading says. Headings and subheadings organize a blog post's intent and lead the reader through the articles. They also help separate a lengthy post into different parts, making the content more scannable for readers. Additionally, well-crafted headings and subheadings make content quicker to rank on search engines. The next step is to write your first draft. So once your outline is ready, you'll use it to guide your writing. And the first thing you want to do is include an introduction. This is the first paragraph of a blog that appears below the title. It lets readers recognize the post, focus, and engage them to read the article further. And there are 3 essential elements to keep in mind when you write a blog post introduction. First one is the hook. It's the part of the introduction that grabs the reader's attention. It can be an interesting quote or anecdote, intriguing questions, or striking statistics. Then you want to have a transition, which is a sentence or paragraph that connects the hook to the body of the post. It tells the reader the importance of the blog topic before they dive into all the details of the post. And then there's a thesis. And this sounds very technical, but it's basically the last element of an introduction. The thesis summarizes the post's purpose and strengthens why readers should continue reading the article. For instance, if you plan 10 ways to maximize your rental income, tell the readers upfront that you have 10 tips to share. Then you dive into the body of the blog post. This is where a writer elaborates on the main topic of their content and arranges it into some paragraphs. To write a blog post body, use the outline you created to make the paragraphs flow really well. Since readers tend to skim when consuming an article, it's essential to keep each of the paragraphs short and cover only one main idea. Then you want to include a conclusion. A conclusion is an essential element of a blog post, and it summarizes the main idea presented in the body of your article. It provides closure for the readers, and it reminds them about the importance of the content. So here's a few tips for writing a blog post's conclusion. Relate the topic. The first step to write a good blog post conclusion is to restate the article's main idea. Use one sentence or paragraph to summarize why the topic is important. Ensure it is clear and concise. Present actionable solutions. Include all the key takeaways from each section that readers can implement in their daily lives. Then you want to conclude your thoughts. Finish the conclusion by creating a call to action or presenting an idea that gets the readers thinking further about the article. You could also start a discussion. Consider asking a question in the conclusion to encourage readers to leave comments and start a conversation. Another pro tip for you is you can create that personal touch by putting in stories or personal experiences and let people know that you're there to help them. By adding in all those personal touches, people know that it's not just another blog, that you're a person behind it and you're here to help others. The sixth step is to make use of visual elements. One of the most effective ways to keep readers interested in your blog post is to include visual elements. A visual element can be used to separate blocks of text, making it easier for readers to scan and digest the information. It also helps to strengthen the post message and make it simpler to understand. This could be an image, a graphic, a video, whatever visual elements you want to include. It's completely up to you. Number 7 is you want to proofread your work. If you're anything like me, attention to detail is not a strong point, so you want to make sure that you've got Grammarly or you have somebody else proofread your work just to check that it is correct. So once the first draft is done and it's got your visual elements, it's time to double check your work and ensure there are no mistakes left before sharing the post. Now, whether you are experienced or new to this, it's crucial to spend some time, like I said, editing the post to make it clearer and more concise. At the same time, this step can save you from returning to the blog post later to make new changes. Editing is more than just fixing some writing issues, though. It includes ensuring the blog post has the necessary elements to make it more appealing and engaging. And finally, step number 8, you want to publish and promote. After writing the blog post, it's finally time to publish it on your site. Now, before publishing the content, ensure it has a URL that is short, descriptive, and contains the blog post's title. Once the post is published, you can start promoting it to bring in readers. Without letting people know about the content, potential readers really have no way of finding it. So here are a couple of methods to promote your blog posts for free. So you can obviously leverage social media. Try sharing your blog post on popular social media networks such as your Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, or YouTube. However, social media is a two-way engagement platform. In other words, it requires that you actually interact with other users, starting conversations or commenting on other posts as well. You could build a mailing list or a database, and this is an effective way to notify readers about your new blog posts. Share your blog as part of your monthly newsletter or your weekly property alerts or updates, for example. You could also join in online groups, consider being part of Facebook groups, and you can contribute to the comments and posting regularly and see if there are opportunities to mention your posts in the conversation. Property inspections, entries, exits, incomings, outgoings, routine inspections, whatever you call them, you have to do them. And I remember when I first started as a property manager, you had to handwrite the reports and take notes on a digital camera, then upload the photo memory card to your computer and hope and pray that they weren't all blurry or your computer had enough memory to store them. But gone are those days, thanks to Inspection Express. Now, Inspection Express is not only the #1 tool used by leading property managers across Australia and New Zealand, but the leader in groundbreaking new tech in the industry with the launch of 360-degree virtual tours. Now, virtual tours is upping the ante, giving landlords, owners and directors unparalleled 360-degree virtual access to their properties. So head to the link in the show notes to book in your free demo with Inspection Express. Now that you know how to write and publish a blog post, let's chat about some other tips to help make your posts more successful. And one of the first things or key things that you need to understand is your ideal client. This helps you write blog posts with the language and the tone that will appeal to them. And we discussed working out your ideal client in last week's episode, which was episode 39 of the Property Management Podcast. SEO is also important. So search engine optimization is the process of improving a site to increase its visibility. And according to experts, 53% of all website traffic comes from organic searches. That's why SEO is vital for bloggers, as it helps their sites rank higher in search results and increases search traffic. So what does that mean? So when somebody types in property management or property managers in your core area, your blog content will help you show up, hopefully near the top of the page, on the first page, ideally of a Google search. You also can use call to actions. This will help your blog post as well. So when you write a blog post, remember to include those call to actions. This element directs readers to any action that you want them to take. So some call to actions can include leave a comment, follow us on social media, share the blog post, or subscribe to our newsletter. And you also want to look at publishing during peak hours. So publishing a post when your audience is online helps it to get their attention and generates more traffic to the page. Various studies have determined that the best time to launch a post is early in the morning on weekdays. So to make successful blog posts, remember to keep your target readers in mind, apply the best SEO practices, include a call to action in the content, and publish during peak hours. Now, your action steps when you get some downtimes, maybe over the festive season, is to grab a Google Doc and start writing down some blog topic ideas. Do some research on Google for related topics to see what's popular. See if you can come up with some unique topics, like a topic on squatters, for example, and put your own outline together that you can replicate every time you write a blog. Now, if you need more help with your blog writing and digital marketing, head to the link in the show notes. We have launched a done-for-you social media management service. We take care of all your social media posting, including writing blogs. And this service is designed to save you hours of work, overwhelm, and stress, and give you back the freedom to focus on what you do best, which is growing your business, winning new business, and leading a team. So we're here to help you. Time management is precious for property managers, and with so many tasks to do every single day and week, have you ever thought about how much time do you waste in an average day troubleshooting annoying maintenance questions? Let me tell you, it's a lot. But there is a solution: Rental Heroes. They are the #1 natural language AI conversation platform for real estate. What does that mean? Well, they have artificial intelligence automation that deals with all your tenant maintenance inquiry. It even logs a job into your software, all without you having to do a thing. And if you thought that was amazing, wait till you try their chatbot that collects your leads on your website 24/7. Now, we all need a hero in our life, so make yours Alex. Head to the link in the show notes and book in your free demo. I know your time is valuable, so thank you for spending it here. Now, if you're someone who is serious about growing your property management business and you'd like to learn the systems that I've put in place inside my own business that consistently brings in new management leads every single week without me having to do anything, then go to the show notes and take a look at the options for working further with me. Whether that's an online course, one-on-one coaching, or free resources on my website. Until next time, my friend.